Welcome back to our channel. I'm Dior.
And I'm IJ.
And I'm Uchenna.
And we've been gone for a little bit for Married at First Sight, but we're back to review Married at First Sight Season 14, Episode 12. So we start off today with Katina and Elijah. Katina talking to Jasmina and Michael about the incident she had with Elijah. And so we didn't review that episode, but what happened was that he found a dating app on her phone, and he wasn't trying to hear anything about where the dating app came from. But Katina said that it was just a dating app that she had forgotten to delete. It wasn't active. She didn't have a profile. And she further explains to Michael and Jasmina that when you click on the app, it, pulls up a login page. So it's not like you click on it and there's her profile looking for dates. So they talked to her through that. And I think Michael said in one of the after shows that he already knew what happened. I guess he had talked to Elijah off camera or something like that. So what did you guys just think about that whole incident?
I could understand him getting upset, because it is an app, but he should have initially seen it as oh my God, she has an app on her phone. But after she explained it and she proved that she doesn't have a profile, he should have calmed down, I think.
Okay.
He had her phone, and while he was on her phone looking through her apps, he should have just clicked on it.
Right. Yeah. So, but I want to know from you guys, how do you forget what apps you got on your phone?
I know, especially
know
dating
every app on my phone.
But young people have lots of apps on their phone. And she even said that she downloads apps, you don't even use them. And now that I have a phone that actually has space, I've been downloading apps just to for the convenience of, let me just, I downloaded 3 shopping apps for stores because I want to buy some new dresses and stuff. Stores don't even shop at. So it would be nothing for me to forget that I have those apps, and I turn off notifications on my apps because sometimes they shoot ads and stuff to you. So I probably wouldn't ever know unless I needed space. That
right. So what did you guys find so wrong about the way he approached this? Was it the words that he said, the tone in his voice? What was it?
I think he should have pulled her aside, first of all. I mean, I know we didn't talk about that episode, but they were sitting at the table. Obviously, it was something that upset him. And, he just brought it up in front of everybody. She had no idea what he was talking about. He was just so rude to her. He should have just pulled her aside and said, hey, I saw this on your phone, calmly. Because I feel for any, communication is key. And if you're yelling, screaming, if you're doing all of that, then that's not good communication. So give her a chance to explain instead of just being mean, hostile and angry.
And then there is the sanctity of marriage, right? Where you never want to make, at least I know for my husband and I, we never want to make each other look bad in front of anybody.
Right.
Where we are always seen as one. But maybe because they're just now married and it's been 3 weeks or 4 weeks, that maybe they haven't reached that level yet where you don't thinking of yourself as where you're thinking of yourself as separate still instead of one. Because my spouse is not going to embarrass me in front of anybody and be going off on me in front of anybody whatsoever. All dirty laundry is behind closed doors.
I think for him, he's just a little immature. And so I don't think he was able to control himself. And even in the beginning,
when he found it, why did he wait till they were with people to talk about it?
I think he had to think about it and get upset. And I also he probably wanted to air it out then, because at first he seemed okay. And then it's just, maybe it just kept on building. And while, he's probably thinking, oh, she's acting like our relationship's perfect, but here she has apps on her phone, dating apps on her phone, and I think even like at the beginning of a relationship, you don't want to embarrass the other person in front of people. So I think he's just incapable of controlling himself. Mm-hmm. And she felt stupid, so that's why she was upset. But I thought she handled it well, because she could have gotten just as angry as he did, or just
because I don't know how I could have forgiven him embarrassing me like that.
Not easy or not sweet, Dior.
Not embarrassing me like that. Because she had no idea what he was talking about. And you're just, wow. I did watch the after show, a little bit of the after show today. And he explained where his anger and frustration came from. And when he began to explain, I was like, ugh. He said, at that moment, he relived life, because it was like what he was doing to women, she was doing to him. And it made him so angry that he couldn't really,
Well, that sounds like a you problem that you need to take care of. Don't put that on me, at all. I mean, that's not a good excuse.
But you know what? Katina and Michael, she was kind of understanding. She was like, oh, okay.
She thinks he's cute and sexy. That's why. So she gave him a pass. But so we got to move on from them. We got to keep it going.
Our next couple was Lindsay and Mark.
Oh.
And Mark he had a whiteboard, and he was trying to, so Mark is out of a job. I don't know that in our last episode that had happened, but
no.
He lost his job, and I guess he's just being a stay-at-home husband. Mm-hmm. And he decided to kind of write out chores for them and plan time for them to spend time together, just kind of organize their life together. So he had this whiteboard. It seemed to go well. Lindsay was contributing ideas to it. Mm-hmm. He just seems completely
confused.
No, he doesn't like her at all.
Listen, he says, I like her. I'm starting to care for her. And then the next minute he's getting upset. He doesn't even want her to touch him. I'm kind of getting frustrated with Mark. If you don't want to be with this girl, if you can't stand this girl, then you need to let her know. You need to stop playing games with her. And I'm feeling sorry for Lindsay, because she's doing everything that she can, and he is still not giving her what is their communication.
They have poor communication, and it is apparent in the way they interact with each other, because her touching him is trying to say, I'm here, let me talk to you, bring me closer to you. He sees it as, get off of me. No,
she does kind of seem like overbearing. He just doesn't like her. Bottom line, there's nothing she can do.
That's what you think.
But she also, to me, seems very annoying.
But she's trying.
Why she's trying really, really hard? I would have been out the door.
Right.
Yeah, I would have been like, listen, if you don't like me, hit the road, Jack.
But you don't think
back to the bed bugs.
You don't think she's also a little a roller coaster too, the whole incident with the cats? So for the. I mean, I know she was upset. So they had got into an argument. She had planned to dress up the cats, had their wedding photographer come over to take family portraits of them. She got mad during, was it dinner or?
No, she got mad when he came home, and she wanted him to try to taste something that she made. Would it have been a big deal for him to taste it? But I think
it looked disgusting. What was on that plate?
Listen, she cooked. Just be like, oh, that tastes great, and then get up and go. I mean, he doesn't have to I don't know. I don't think he's trying hard enough.
She should have just let it go instead
of. No, if I make something and I want Big Daddy Keith to taste it, you're going to taste it. And
she told him to put his fries in it, and then she said, "You don't like pineapples?" I was like, "What was it?"
Fries?
Yes. What was it? I don't. It looked like there were vegetables in it, but if there are vegetables and pineapples and cheese. I don't know. Like, what would you have had?
But he's also a very picky eater. Like that would annoy me if like all you're gonna eat is chicken nuggets. I mean, my life would be a lot easier, but it would annoy me, you know.
But
I can understand. He's frustrating. Like I'm starting to see Mark, and to me, he's coming off as fake. You know, he's not coming off as honest, and I think that's hard for her. And like, if you don't want to have sex with me, that's gonna make me feel like horrible. Right. And I think it would make any woman feel horrible. And
well, I do want to say something, Uchenna and Dior. Mm-hmm. I want to bring to light, you know, Mark had a discussion with his friend, right? Mm-hmm. And the friend said, you guys have poor communication. It seems like you guys are not communicating well. Maybe you need to start communicating what your needs are, what your desires are, right? Mm-hmm. So when Mark gets to the house, she has this whole photo shoot set up. She wants him to try something that she's made. So he doesn't want to eat it. He wants her to hear him saying, I don't want to try it, so that she can back up and not force him. But she can't hear him that he doesn't want to try it. So he keeps trying to say, I don't want to try it. I'm really not interested in it. But she keeps trying to force him to eat it. But he doesn't realize tasting somebody's food that they take time to make, no matter how gross it is, it goes a long way.
It does. It goes a long way. Just fake it, you know?
Yeah, just fake it, you know?
Yeah, just like, oh my God, this is so good. What's in it?
It's hard to fake it though if you just really don't like the person.
That's true. That's true.
Cooked before and it's been disgusting. And like, he's like, no, I'm not trying your shit no more. Like, I'm just not. It's gross.
Then why is he telling Steve that he's starting to develop feelings for her? Like when they were playing on the beach, why is he doing that? Like, why is he telling us, you know, the viewers, that he's starting to develop feelings for her?
Because if he's not, is he being fake, like Dior said, and you said, Uchenna, is he being fake?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I think he's, I don't know, like Mark the Shark is.
I think he's trying to be a nice guy. But it's not there. It's not there. Yeah, like I think he doesn't want to hurt her feelings, and he's like saying he's giving it a try, but he's not putting the actual energy into trying to like actually like her. Mm-hmm. But and it's really hard for her. Like she just. Ugh.
But why can't he keep to his word? If he goes, I'm getting a whiteboard, I'm going to write these things down. We're going to do this. Why can't he keep to that? I understand her frustration.
He doesn't want to be bothered.
What?
Especially if you don't have a job.
Right. He doesn't want to be bothered. He doesn't, you know, he's not following through because like Dior said, he's just not into her. And he doesn't want to make that effort. Now.
I like Lindsay. As crazy as she is.
She's starting to grow on me because she's so earnest and she's trying really hard.
She's trying. She is.
Yeah,
trying.
And she's changing. She's not as annoying as she was.
Not as loud.
Katina actually, you know, hashed it out. You know, so
I don't know. It's just some people you just like their personality. Like it may not be that she's like a mean person or a bad person. It's just that's not your jam. I think that's what it is. Like she's not my jam. She's probably not his either.
So, but I
discovered that very quickly.
But I did like the way that Mark did manipulate, talk to her into staying when she was getting ready to leave. How he said, you know, it would be great to take the pictures. Well, she was like, well, if you want me to stay, you know.
He probably didn't want to be embarrassed because the lady was already there.
Well, I don't know how much more embarrassment he could have because I would have been embarrassed from the get-go. Her coming to take the pictures and you're there by yourself with some damn cats.
With outfits on.
With some ugly outfits on.
The photographer looked so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I could come back another day.
But you know,
the producers told her to wait, give them a minute while he went in there.
So when she came in, she looked like a drowned rat when she walked in from the walk where she left, and she went into the room and shut the door and said he can just take the pictures by himself. I bet you, I was looking at Mark, he didn't get up till after a little bit, you know, and then she was packing her stuff, and thank God that lady stepped out for a minute. But I think he knew at that point, I ain't got no money. I ain't got a job.
You don't have a place to live either.
He better start communicating with her and kissing her butt so he's not out in the streets. That's what he needs to do.
Well, he's his landlord, probably.
Hmm.
He is his landlord, probably. But no,
Maybe not
I
after
don't
those
mean
bed
that. Don't
bugs.
mean that to be disrespectful. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I feel like if he tells Lindsay that he's going to do something, he needs to keep it, because it shows that when he's not committed, he's not pouring himself into this relationship. He's not pouring himself into their activities that they're doing, even though he's pouring himself into everybody else, but not in that household.
Mhm.
And even though Mark looks a lot better than the day that they got married, he needs to realize too that this lady actually loves him and wants to be with him. It just not be hard. It might be hard to communicate with her, but Mark also doesn't tell people how he feels because he's a people pleaser.
Mhm. Well, next we have Michael and Jasmina.
Oh, they're so cute, right?
Which it was really cute this episode. So apparently I didn't know, but Jasmina doesn't know how to drive. And so he takes it upon himself to teach her how to drive. So he goes like through some questions with her initially so she can pass like the written test. She seemed to know all the answers, which is good. But yeah, he took her out on the road too. And they really like got along well.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was so cute. And I like that she got more excited by the fact that he was nervous. Which
He's really patient.
Huh?
Because I said he's really patient and he's a good teacher.
I think he like really, really like took some time to reflect on how the relationship was going and however way he was acting was contributing to some of the issues that they had.
Which is
and
good.
Even being able to communicate that to her, and she liked the fact that he said that he could have done some things differently,
right?
And I think that's like helped significantly. So the thing about Jasmina is like I think she doesn't focus enough on what's going well or that things have proved, because she's always like, but
remember when she was like, he's negative and he always thinks of the worst. She's doing the exact same thing.
I've never heard her just say like something positive and then it be the end. It's just always like, but I'm not really, I don't feel nothing for him. I don't got no feelings, like it's just.
Which I don't understand. How can you not have feelings for him when you guys are getting along so well?
Easy. You can have, this was what I was afraid of when they were in the car driving. I was afraid that they would start having friend zone issues. You're getting along, you're laughing. It's not a romantic point of view. And yes, he realizes that from talking to his sister, and so forth, that he does need to increase the romance in it. But I think she needs to increase romance too. It's a two-way street.
Right. I honestly think she is attracted to him. And I think she's using the wrong words exactly. I think it's the fact that he hasn't actually made a move. That she's just kind of like, well, I don't feel anything, because like when they were cooking together, you could see that she's like leaning on his back and she's like touching him more and things like that. And she said that she's told him that she's open. Like, I think she's just like, I'm here, but you're not making a move. And he's probably afraid because.
Last week when he did that romantic setting with her and made a really special, thoughtful date, she said that, she's starting to get feelings and that she can see it going further. But then this week she's saying that she's not sure. So I think you're right, Joy. I think even his sister said, you need to try something. Even if it's little. Don't, tongue her down, but try something small to get that romance thing going, which
I think he's afraid though. I mean,
I can understand because she can be mean.
I know. I was like, I'd be scared to even approach her. I'd be like, because of the negativism that you potentially might get from it.
where to
Oh,
loosen
yeah.
them up a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
right. Yeah.
And
play
maybe
some
he should.
music and you know do all of that stuff.
So do you
Yeah,
think
I
he
didn't
should
like
start-
her for a long time, but now that she's being nice to him and cordial, I'm starting to like her.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think that he should start off with, not off with a kiss, but start off with some touchy-feely hugs,
And, holding
and
hands.
caresses.
Right.
Holding
Yeah,
hands?
rubbing her
No,
back.
second graders do hold hands.
They
Kindergarten.
haven't done that yet. So they need to start somewhere.
And they
Like,
did the
not
tantric yoga, and like that
really helped.
yeah.
Yes, they were feeling feels.
Mhm.
So they should maybe try some tantric yoga in the house.
At home. Or he should suggest that.
Or give her a massage or something, like do
Right.
something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to do something, Michael. Yeah. But I guess it's because he's the man. Everybody expects him to do the, initial step. But what's
The first
preventing
step, he
her?
has to, because she's not.
But what's preventing her
But
from
she
doing
is
it?
like she's leaning into him more, like she's doing stuff, like she's giving, like I feel like she's
not
giving, like,
caressing
into
his
her
hair.
body.
Can we get more than just the leaning in? I mean, like, can we get
It's
like
more than he's giving her.
lick the lips?
Yeah, that's
something?
true.
He's like
this.
straight up and down.
Yeah.
He's like falling into him and stuff like that. Like that's
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Give me-
You're right.
That's how girls say, oh, like, I'm into you.
You could do a little
Yeah.
more, like
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that they get it together.
They got 4 weeks. That's it.
4 more weeks.
Well, they said it was 30 days. They splashed up 30 days this episode.
okay,
So,
yeah.
they have 4 weeks to get something popping.
Yeah,
They-
they're popping and locking,
rolling.
Well, you know what? While we're talking about that, they're not the only couple that haven't had sex.
Elijah
We
and
ain't even
Katina,
talking about
yeah.
sex
Yeah.
though. We're talking about anything. They haven't. I don't feel like they've really done much of anything.
They haven't kissed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Elijah and Katina haven't had sex either. Now
Right.
I think it's more Elijah than Katina.
Right.
So I wonder what it is that he is. Is he
it
not
because
really
she's black?
attracted to her because
Is it
she's
because-
black?
But I feel like he loves her and he
I don't
cares
know
for her.
what it is, because it's just like sometimes the things that they say, like sometimes when he's talking, it sounds like it's her. When she's talking, it sounds like it's him. So it's just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
So
Unless
who's the
they
next?
just decided not to tell anybody. Like that has
Oh,
happened.
it could be
The
that
whole
too.
time they were having sex.
Yeah, we've had some people do that in the past.
Mhm.
Where, like,
So who
not-
knows? We'll find out.
yeah.
But okay, so now our couple, Steve and Noi.
Oh,
I cannot stand Noi.
I
I'm
cannot stand
sorry.
Steve.
What? I cannot stand Noi
How can you not stand? can't stand
because she
Steve.
is a baby. She
Mhm.
is so.
Are you guys
petulant
serious?
And no, I'm talking about Noi.
Noi.
She is petulant. She is like, she's like unreasonable.
If it's not her way or the way
She's not
she
having
thinks,
it.
she's not
Are
open to
you guys serious?
Did
Okay,
you watch the show tonight?
I sure did. Steve
Okay,
wants her
I
to do
can't
all
tell.
sorts of things, but yet he's not doing. He's not.
Okay,
doing
but listen, did you listen to this conversation he had with Steve? He told Steve he is contributing monetarily
3 to
more
4
than
times.
that's more
to
than
4
she is.
times
So
more than-
what is she complaining about? He said he has a hefty savings.
Mhm.
So she needs to get over the fact that he's not getting up and going to work every day
Mhm.
because he's contributing more than she is. And she's being lazy and she's emasculating him. Like, you can't, she's like, no, you clean both bathrooms. No, go kiss my ass. If Dan would ever say that to me,
If he would ever say
I will
that, kiss
kick
my
your
ass.
ass. No, just kidding. That we don't disrespect each other. We don't speak to each other like that.
Yeah.
That is so disrespectful.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
And,
But
and
I
that's
think-
the episode that we didn't talk about last time, when they were on the boat, and she said that they needed to talk about finances and debt. And he said, I've tried to have this conversation with you.
Mhm.
So the thing is like she just got in her head that he doesn't work, so he's not contributing or he can't contribute.
Right.
when he's trying to like explain to her, like he probably wants to tell her like, this is how much I have saved. This is my plan. She doesn't want to hear it because it's not what she wants. She don't want to hear his reasoning for not having a job. She just wants him to have a job. She said she rather he can get a part-time job. So she just wants him to work.
Right. It does. And plus
what's a
also,
part-time job gonna get you?
Right. Yeah. And then he was like, well, let's help me figure out, what our plan is going to be, what I should do. And she's like, why should I help him do that? You're married. You're working together as a team. So you need to be able to do that you need to support him. He's asking, you want me to work? Let's sit down, discuss this, and figure out how we can do this. She's not willing to do it.
Okay, I have to say, I see both your points now. I do see both your points now. I did not take that into consideration. I took the fact that he's not working and wants her to do
just like Noi.
Just like Noi.
I am. When it comes to money, I expect my man to be working and bringing.
I think he's trying to make a point by saying that she needs to do things around the house, because I think he's saying like, okay, well, if I work, then you're gonna have to pick these things up, and I don't feel like you're going to be able, like, that you'll be able to do that, or that you will do that. So
but the thing is, she lived without him before, so she can do it. She's not doing it because she doesn't think that he's not working. So
I watched the after show. I watched the after show, and Noi stated on the after show, she was there, that what he doesn't know, because she hasn't told him yet, was that right before Married at First Sight, she was in a long-term relationship, and she moved to Boston to be with somebody. She uprooted herself.
Yeah, she did say that.
And that, it didn't work out, and she doesn't want to go through that again with him. So that's why she told him she wants to keep her own place.
So why did you get married at first sight?
Exactly.
Because she didn't know he was not going to have a job.
Why are you telling him that you love him? Like, why are you?
Didn't know that he wasn't going to want to work.
Talk about it.
You knew that already.
You refuse to talk about it.
Right.
So it's like you're never going to understand or be able to communicate what you want or what he wants if you're just absolutely refusing to talk about it.
Where is Pastor Cal? Where is Dr. Viviana? Where are these people at? Because these people don't need to wait till the last minute. They need help now. At the very beginning, when their issues are starting to surface, we don't need to see the drama. We need to see them getting help to help them heal and work out their differences.
Well, I think that the doctors have been instrumental. I think they've helped them a lot. Like, maybe not particular Stephen Noi, but they really helped Michael and Jasmina, and also Elijah and Katina. I think Mark and Lindsay, nothing can help
lost
them.
cause.
Yeah, let them go.
Join Chris and Alyssa.
Yes. And so but Noi and Steve always seemed like they were perfect. So they probably didn't think that they needed help, but they definitely need help. They need to work through this work issue and baby issue, because she doesn't want to move in with him.
Yeah,
I'd be like, girl, bye.
What's the point? Why are we even doing this?
Okay, I think Steve is too good for Noi.
Wow.
I do. He is such a nice guy.
Hello, anybody out there?
The reason why I say that is he is such a nice, calm person. He's trying so hard to give her what she wants, even though it's not what he wants. He's willing to make that effort. And
mine is getting a job, but he probably like, I have $500,000 in the bank right now.
Right. What you got?
Right. And then you know what?
You probably made 40,000, 30,000 a year.
Right. Which is good. But still, like, if he has all that money in the bank, then it's okay if he doesn't work for a little bit.
Yeah. But you have to talk about that. Like, what's your threshold for when do you decide that you need to get a job? If I lose my job, what would be the plan? Like, you have to talk through those things. Because I get that she doesn't understand. Like, I mean, I would be uncomfortable with that too, but I would at least try to figure out, like, where are you coming from? I have a whole list of questions to assess whether this is going to work for me.
And I don't want to go down to zero of your savings before you go to work. You got $50,000 to lose, and then your ass is back at work. I would give him some type of threshold, because like I've always worked. I know, IJ, you've always worked. So I can understand her being like, this does not compute, because it would be hard for me too. But it just depends on how, like we said, how much money he has saved up and when he's going to go back to work.
It seems like all our couples have one of the same issues: communication. How we communicate our feelings, our thoughts to the other person, and then how does that person hear and how do they receive? You know, it seems like that's a lot of issues that's going on. Noi doesn't want to hear what he has to say about him not working and his plans, and he wants help with the plans. Noi's not trying to hear about it because she's in this thought process of work. I see what you guys are thinking.
Another thing
And
about
his
Noi
sister
though
doesn't
is
help
that
either.
social media.
Brother.
She posted something else on social media
Yes.
about him. Well,
Yeah, saying that she
Wait, this
deserves
episode?
better. Saying that
This
she deserves.
episode?
yeah. It
Oh, I
wasn't.
missed that. What did she
He
do?
asked her, and she said it wasn't about him. She said the moment you decide you deserve better, you do.
Oh, bye. Where is she getting all these stupid quotes from? I'm sorry.
Girl,
another annoying thing about her.
you can
like,
get those
okay,
stupid quotes from
even
social
if-
media at any time.
Even if
There
it
you
wasn't
go.
about him, like don't post that type of stuff, especially when
You know it was about him. You know it was about him.
That's what I'm saying. He's too good for her.
Well, I don't know if he's too good for her. I think they just need to communicate, because it does seem like they really care for each other and love.
I don't even know if
each
she
other.
cares for him, to be honest. I don't think she cares for him. Not like he cares for her. She's ready to let him go if he's not working, or if he doesn't have 3 kids. She's ready to say bye.
And you know what though? You know, she went to her brother,
her
Her brother. What's her name?
brother?
Sibling.
No, I liked the name.
Sriracha. Yeah, she went to Sriracha. And you know, most people that went to like a friend or a family member or their coach, they got pretty solid advice. Like the person was trying to be unbiased. Sriracha was not. And it kind of
looked like she was barely paying attention.
No, Sriracha was paying attention.
Like, how is their
family?
Their family may just be kind of petty or selfish, or because, you know.
Well, you know, remember the whole family went through the refugee camp thing. The whole family went through not eating, not having food, not having money, not knowing where their next meal was going to be coming from. And it wasn't just for a month or two, it was probably for years. So the family is traumatized by that.
Right, but if he has a good savings, then that should alleviate.
Maybe nobody knows how much his savings are.
But that doesn't, I don't think that stops you from giving someone advice about how to
communicate. It does, because you're seeing that from
about how to communicate in a relationship.
Yeah, because you're seeing it. He can't see past the fact that he's not working.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's something about that family. I mean, like
they were all traumatized together,
but you still should be able to, as an adult, you know, like be open to communicating with people. You
should, but you know what? It's easier said than done. If you've grown up without for such a long time, and then now you have that fear of ever being thrown back into that cycle again, is overwhelming.
So I think that the experts really need to sit down with them and help them iron this out, because if they do love each other, it would be a shame that, you know, this would break them up, you know.
And we do see that next episode that there is some more fire going on between the couples. And it's not all la la land. Right. What I am surprised is, where's Alyssa at? I'm surprised she's not in any of these episodes, right?
You know, she's probably trying, but I'm glad that she's not anywhere.
Chris was in the last episode.
Yeah, Chris, it was good to see him.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I bet Alyssa was mad. How dare he get on that episode and I'm not.
Right.
He's still hanging out. He's probably living in the apartments.
Right. Or maybe she's just her cowboy and she doesn't care.
True, could be. Yeah. But yeah, so anything else, Dior?
No, I think that's it. I'm excited to see next week, as we'll have Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper there.
It seems like Elijah wanted them to get into it, but that's just what it seems like. We don't know till it actually airs. But everybody can catch us this Friday on
Put a ring on it. Right? Yeah, put a ring on it.
Yeah, put a ring on it. Yeah. Yeah, this Friday.
And then I guess we have to decide if we're going to continue doing Ready to Love or not. Because we have taken a long hiatus. So we'll decide if we're going to start that up again.
And I would love our friends on YouTube to tell us what other shows they would like us to or what other topics they would like us to discuss. I would love to discuss a really good topic, Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well, until next time, don't forget to comment below. We'd like to hear from you. Subscribe to our channel and like this video.
All right.
Bye.